Okay, this is our first video, so we decided to draw each other's OCs and like different things. You know, we mostly tried doing backgrounds for each of them, and we did 3 drawings.
For each character, we decided to make mood boards so the other person can figure out their personality, kind of. We gotta decide what characters we would want and if we wanted to add another one in the drawing.
So here are the mood boards. So the first one I made was Shion, my character from a comic we were making together, which we haven't started in a long time, but yeah, she's really cute. She's GIK, mostly pink stuff. She's her personality is kind of like Ami from Sailor Moon. So then my second one was Kaneko from that same universe. He's mostly emo. He likes a lot of black. I'd say his personality is like Akito from Project Sekai. My third one was Zoe, my little zombie girl, my favorite OC ever. And she's like more Gyaru. She's a zombie. So, and I think she was like more based off Mizi, so I added Mizi there. And then my next one was Volkov. He's my wolf OC, which is not a wolf, werewolf OC, which is in the same universe as Zoe. They're supposed to be together. And I don't really have much lore for them, but I'm gonna make some. So yeah, has basic baggy clothes, and I think his character is his personality is mostly based off Miyamura. And then my last one, my next one was Lottie from another different universe we had of other characters. So I guess we could go more into depth on those characters another time, but she has like a summer girl aesthetic. I'd say her character is mostly like, she's a cosplayer. Yeah, she's so cute. And then my last one was Harvey. He's a scene guy. He's very tsundere, and yeah, I think his character's like personality is mostly like Rainbow Dash. So yeah,
The characters I gave Zomb was first Gabriel. I don't know if I said that right. He's based off strawberries, and he's based off Rayo and likes red pandas, or is one. Next character I chose was Norman. He's a vampire that died in the, what's it called? The Purge?
the Black Plague.
Oh, he's a vampire who died in the Black Plague. Don't have much lore, but he's more dark. Yeah. Next character is Akio. He has a sort of downtown girl or boy style. He's part dragon, and I'd say he's mostly based off manga. Another character I gave was Valerio. He's more dark style, I guess. And he can turn into a humanoid bat, I guess. Last character I gave was Lena. She has more of a soft girl style, but she's really sassy, and she likes to eat a lot, and she's kind of like Natsuki. And that's all the characters I gave. For the first drawing, I decided to draw Zoe, the little zombie girl, with her boyfriend, the werewolf guy. I don't really know his name. Anyways, I decided to do a small sketch to figure out how they would pose, because I already knew they'd be at an aquarium date, so I would focus on the background later. Anyways, I decided to upgrade their outfits a little more, taking a ton of inspiration from the photos. I added more fur to the werewolf guy's outfits and a little more pizzazz, I guess. And for the girl, I decided to add more detail to the dress and giving her some little jewelries. I was struggling on Zoe's hair though. I couldn't really understand that bun thing she has going on. Other than that, I said drawing her hair was pretty fun. I feel like I should have made it a little messier since the reference I have is kind of messy at the end. I don't know if I got the length right either, but other than that, I think I did it. Drawing the ruffles at the end of her little dress was pretty fun though. I did struggle a little though. I was struggling on the pose of Zoe because I couldn't figure out what she'd be holding, because in the reference she would have been holding a tie, but he wasn't wearing a tie. Later on, you'll see how I came up with an idea. After that, I was just pretty much cleaning up the sketch, making it easier to color and render. It was pretty fun doing. Super easy, I guess. Kind of hard on some really detailed pieces. I had a ton of fun drawing the guy's hair because it was supposed to be fluffy. I don't think I really emulated her OC that well, but I tried my best. I also love how I drew Zoe's eyes actually, and I had so much fun rendering. The coloring process, I decided to just color pick, maybe change the colors a little bit if it didn't really match together with them side by side. And then the compromise of Zoe holding a tie, I decided to give them little Labubus of each other. I feel like they'd have matching stuff at least, maybe. I thought it'd be funny too. I didn't add that much details to them because that would just be more to render and I don't really know how to do that. The rendering process was pretty easy. I just did my normal rendering. Although I was experimenting with the hair, I decided to try something else as I was watching other artists, so I wanted to like change up my style a little bit. This drawing was the longest for me because I didn't really have a motivation to render it since it was like such a big piece. I don't usually draw two people either, so making them interact was pretty difficult. I hope I did them right.
Okay, so like I kind of just started with like the messy anatomy. That's how I usually start. And I was like, I hadn't already had an idea. I like had a figurine pose saved. It was like I don't even know who it was, if it was like an anime character or, yeah, so I just had that. And I used this pose because it was a nice pose for Lena, I think, because she's cute. And it was just like some girl laying on a couch. Yeah, and the sketch was really rough. I actually was liking the sketch. And then when I started doing the liner, I was like, oh, kind of don't like it. But it didn't come out that bad. It was just, I think I made the line art too thick. And it was coming out pretty cute, I'd say. And I started thinking about how I was going to color it because I had no idea at all. And I started working on the background. I hardly do backgrounds. I was like part of the challenge that we were gonna do a background in each of them, even though I think I kind of broke that because I feel like this one and the other one are the only ones that really have background. Anyway, yeah, I really struggled with the background kind of. I know it was simple, but still I never do them, so it kind of sucked. It did take me a while to get to do this one because it was just a lot of thinking, because I was like, how can I make this cute? You know, it took me a while to finish it. I think this one took like 4 hours, about 4 hours I'd say. And it took me so long to actually finish it because like 4 hours, it took me like a month because I just kept wanting to not finish it. Same with the other two drawings. So then I had to figure out the colors. I basically had just like made up this outfit, or I think I found one on Pinterest. I kind of like got inspired from, but I kind of made it up mostly myself. And I was like really struggling with the rendering. I was like, I don't know how to render this to make it look cute. And I basically just ended up sticking with a really simple color. And I was like, I'm just gonna overshadow it with some lighting because I don't want to do like hard rendering. I don't want to do difficult rendering because I really did not feel up to it. And yeah, I kept struggling with the hair a lot. I just gave up and made it really simple, and I think it came out better than the other attempts. And kind of still don't like that blue I added in the highlight, but I was like, I'm taking too much time on this. I need to finish it. I need to work on the other ones. I decided to make like a magazine kind of because I didn't know what else to do. So yeah.
The second drawing I did, I decided to draw Lottie and Harvey. They seem like a cute little ship to do because of how different their styles are. I didn't really get to emulate their styles because I decided to draw them on a beach. For Lottie, I decided to give her a little flower on her hair because since she's more of a beach girl, I feel like she'd have that. I also took inspo from the boards. For her clothes, I decided to take inspo from her normal outfit but turn it into a bathing suit kind of. So I decided to give her this cute little blouse that expands out on the bottom with a big bow to show that she usually wears a big bow. I also added stripes to the shirt because her normal outfit also has stripes. I was trying to make it seem like her style, I guess. For Harvey, I feel like he'd be a type of person who wouldn't really wear beach stuff. so I decided to keep him in his normal outfit. For Harvey, I had a ton of fun drawing his hair too, again. I kept messing up on Lottie, so you'll see me fixing her a lot. I also fixed up the sketch a lot later on. Anyways, I was struggling on Harvey's outfit actually because I didn't really understand it. With the photos that Zoms gave me, it wasn't really clear what these like patches were, I guess. So I couldn't really draw them that well. I cleaned up the sketch, made it more thinner, and I decided to draw thicker lines on the outside this time, instead of like the first drawing I did. I think it came out pretty nice. I feel like I'd do it again maybe. You'll see me finally fixing Lottie. I feel like her head was too big in the beginning. I think I fixed it later on. Also, I made her bangs a little too long, so I decided to shorten them. I think I shortened them way later though, so you'll see the better version, I guess. I had a lot of fun with this prompt. The OCs were also really fun to draw, I guess. Their hair was pretty nice to draw. Making Lottie's bathing suit was really fun. I do think in this drawing my hands didn't come out that well. They basically have the same hands, but it's really botched. But I hope that the focus point goes more on their faces than the hands because I was struggling. Now for the colors, Lottie was pretty easy. I mostly color picked off from her reference, but with Harvey, I didn't really have a digital reference, so I was pretty much freeballing the colors, which didn't come out well. I feel like the colors I gave him look muddy and don't really match him that much. I do think that the little raccoon thing he has going on with his hair really helps it, but not that much. He kind of looks like mud. I added color filters and like a little shade to show that they're under an umbrella, I guess. And that's pretty much the drawing.
So as I started my second drawing, I was like thinking of a pose, and I found this really simple pose reference, and I think it came out really cute, and I just really liked the sketch of this drawing. It was so cute, and I was like, oh my god, I think I'm going to cook. And I was like, the line art was actually coming out really good compared to the last one, but I had it fun. Like with the hair, I usually just hate drawing hair, so I actually had fun here. Like, since there were two guys, I guess it was easier than girl hair. I don't know, that's kind of, I've always struggled with drawing hair, so this was just perfect. And I had fun drawing like this type of, I guess it's like considered a ship art because it's just two people, even though Sopa said they aren't together, but it's okay. I think it still came out really cute. I love the little dynamic I added to it. It was just really cute. Colors were pretty hard to work with because I was like, why I think they were like 210 in the beginning. Yeah, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna render it right. So anyway, throughout while I was rendering, because usually I like switching up from listening to music and like watching commentary videos or like watching other people drawing while I'm drawing, so I got really inspired by this one artist. I forgot their username. It was like UME art, something like that. They post on YouTube a lot of draw with me's. I love watching them. Their rendering is so clean. I love it. I was like really inspired by it. I tried kind of following their draw with me. I wanted to experiment with the rendering style, and I think it came out decent. It's just I've always struggled with adding dimension to drawings, so that was like the only problem. And I think again I was struggling with hair rendering. It's always hair, and I did think it at the end it ended up coming out cute. Like, I was like, okay, I was just experimenting like that. The hair took me so long. I kept going back and forth. And then I was like, I don't know what to do with the background. I was struggling kind of because I was like, I wanted to have a picture, like, you know, those photo booths. But I was like, maybe never mind. You know, Flip already had an art of them like that. And then I was just like, okay, make it just like a simple polka dot. And then I was like, no, I'm just gonna have a really simple. I think the background kind of ruined the art because it looked really cute. I was like, it had potential until I added the background. I really like the white highlights I added. It was just so cute.
The last drawing. For this drawing, I actually really struggled on the pose, but I decided to draw Kanako. Only one person this time, since I've been drawing 2 people and I was struggling. Anyways, yeah, I kept switching from pose to pose, this weird sketch that I don't really like, until I found a composition that I liked, I guess. I changed it up a little bit later on. I did struggle with his hair because I always struggled drawing Kanako's hair. But I managed through, I guess. I added a little more detail. But he is a vampire, by the way. For his shirt, I saw a lot of band shirts on the little board. So I decided to draw this little fake band shirt. And that's pretty much it. Those are all my drawings.
Now, for the third one, I was like, I wanted to draw Lena again. Like, she's just so cute. I loved drawing her. And I know Soap probably drew more characters than I did, but I don't care. I love drawing girls, like, apart from their hair. But I was like, she's so cute. There's so much potential. So I took advantage of that. I had the, like, base idea. I wanted to just be in her room. She's doing a cute pose, like a fit check kind of situation in front of the mirror. Because she has this cute style. It's like a shoujo girl style, and it's just really cute. So I was like, yes, I want to draw her again in another cute outfit. This one, I think I just found off Pinterest. It was just this exact outfit. I wasn't very creative with the outfit, so I never am. But yeah, this cute like dress type of shirt with just baggy jeans, and I don't know, I just added Uggs. I've always sucked at drawing shoes, if you can't tell. Yeah, I ended up making her room. It was like, I just pictured she would have like one of those really cute rooms where like they have a bunch of posters and like CDs and this really cute like rug or like a really cute thing. She would have this big cute mirror. But then I was like, I can't draw all that. So I did a very minimalistic thing, but I still think it ended up kind of cute. I was like struggling with coloring in the mirror or the background things. I don't do backgrounds. None of us do, so it was kind of hard to figure out how to color it because it took forever. It was so tedious. You don't understand how tedious it is to draw backgrounds, especially color them or render them. It's like going insane. I already am bad at rendering, so it was just no, it's harder to render backgrounds. So yeah, I struggled on the hair rendering. Surprise. Totally. And I was just trying to experiment again, but I was like, I'm just gonna stick with something simple. I'm not gonna spend 2 hours working on hair rendering again. No. Anyway, just I actually really loved how the like shirt rendering came out. I was like, okay, it has potential. Then the pants came in. I suck at rendering jeans, and I was so mad because it made it really ugly, but I was like, I don't know, I can't fix it. I was like, I'm just gonna leave it. I was spending too much time on it, and I was like, I need to do the background. And as you can tell, the rendering on the mirror is really ugly too. I could have fixed it. I really regret not going back. The end result is not my favorite.
That's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We had fun making it, and bye.